Hi, thanks for being with me today. I hope you'll watch the whole show and not just be scrolling through the channels. My show is unscripted and just inspired by the Holy Spirit to share my thoughts and wisdom about the right way to live and the right way for us to function as people and to have a prosperous world that's harmonious and happy instead of what we have now, where we have so much conflict and so many people suffering horribly. You know, it breaks my heart to see so many people on the side of the road begging for money, and that we're leaving so many people behind. This is being taped in Dallas, Texas, if you're watching somewhere else in the world. And Dallas is a very prosperous city with enormous pockets of wealth, but even bigger pockets of absolute poverty. So, you know, that discrepancy is defined by a lack of obedience to God's laws. You know, God proclaims two things for us to do: to love God above all and to love our neighbor as ourselves. Now, what does it mean to love your neighbor as yourself? Well, the first thing that means is we need to love ourselves, because if we don't love ourselves, then we may love others just as much as we love ourselves, but if we hate ourselves and are self-destructive, embracing corrupt and bad things in our lives, maybe it's drug addiction, maybe it's alcoholism. You know, I've just had somebody come into my life who has incredible potential to really help the Get Real Alliance with a lot of writing and editing skills and connections to connect us to many really affluent people that could be a huge help for us to spread our positive solutions to everybody. You know, you're hearing this TV show, but frankly, friends, I need your help to share the good news with others. The good news is that if we love our neighbors ourselves, selflessly and joyfully, the world's problems go away. Friends, these homeless people are strictly a symptom of people being hard-hearted and not saying, I'm going to help these people, get them into help, get them into care. I'm getting ready to go to a board meeting this evening for Souls Harbor Men's Homeless and Rehabilitation Shelter that changes about 60 or so lives at a time from a path of homelessness and despair and drug and alcohol use to becoming productive citizens and being ready to re-enter the workforce and have an apartment and make a life for themselves. A powerful, wonderful ministry. If you have household goods that are surplus that you need to get rid of, call them, soulsharbor.org. They've got the men work by going and picking up donated goods, bringing them back to the center, processing them, and then taking them to the thrift stores that the men operate that fund the operation. So this is a self-help organization where the men work hard to support the organization that cares for them, gives them a place to stay and rehabilitate and get the needed therapy they need to return to being productive citizens. A fantastic group, an example of what needs to be done in a huge scale nationwide to transform the homeless problem into a homed persons, people with houses, with purpose, making the world a better place instead of being a source of sadness to the people that know them and their family. You know, this person that I hired, hoping she was going to be a fantastic addition to the team, you know, has got a drinking problem and it's toxic. And friends, you know, it's so sad, but you need to move forward. If you've got a drinking problem, get into a work therapy, get into a sobriety group, and make a difference in your life. You can do it, friends. It can all happen if you step up and make a difference. Now, if you're watching this saying, how can I help? How can I contribute? The Get Real Alliance needs you to join us as a follower, and we desperately need you to make a monthly donation to support our operation. I can't emphasize enough that money is the fuel that powers change. We need people, we need brain power, we need resources. I've got a great team of people. We mainly need money right now. So if you have a few dollars a month that you can spare, sign up and make a recurring donation to GetRealAlliance.org. Sign up for our newsletter so you get notified when my disruptive, powerful book on climate change is out. And you can read my positive solution. It's an uplifting, powerful book that, friends, we need to be widely read. It needs to be a big bestseller to change the philosophy from focusing on emissions and trying to destroy the American way of life to improving the soil, improving the marine wetlands, restoring the oceans and soil to health so that natural photosynthesis just soaks up all the carbon dioxide that man can emit. You know, phytoplankton in the ocean will explode with nutrition. Currently, the oceans are very demineralized. There's actually phytoplankton blooms where soil from the deserts blows thousands of miles out into the ocean to be washed out of the air by rain into the ocean. And that small sediment and those minerals in that dust from the deserts actually feeds the phytoplankton, friends. Nature is an amazing thing, and there are creatures that live on dust, and we need to feed them so that they multiply and serve as the base of the food chain to support more advanced life. You know, 92% of the life on the land is microorganisms and small creatures that live in the soil, not what walks on the land, but what grows in the land, hidden away from us, hiding in the dark, doing vital processes of making nutrients in the soil available to plants and converting carbohydrates from plant roots into complex carbon creations like humus, which is so complex, it's just a miracle beyond man's ability to make. So, friends, I need you to join us, and I need you to give. If you don't do anything else today, do something positive by joining us at Get Real Alliance and signing up to make a small donation. If you've got the resources, we'd love to have $100 a month or $500 a month, but I know many people that are watching this show may be really stretched, and that may be way beyond your capability to do. But friends, the Lord calls us just to do what we can. He doesn't call for us not to eat, not to live, because we're giving so much to others, but just to give out of our abundance, to give out of what we'd be wasting on things like lottery tickets or energy drinks or expensive cups of coffee from Starbucks. You know, let's be sensible about things and make a difference in the world. So we need to live, as John Wesley said, the founder of the Methodist Church, a tremendous evangelist who wrote countless hymns that are some of the best hymns in Christianity, and was a dynamic traveling preacher bringing people to Christ. And his mantra was this: live on 80% of what you make, save 10%, and give 10%. And friends, if you do that, no matter how much or how little money you're making, you just have to structure your life where you're not living on 100 or 110 or 120% of what you make. You're not going deep in debt every month. Live simpler, work an extra job, do whatever you have to do to balance your budget and have a surplus and give 10% of that surplus to doing God's work in the world, and the world will be a much better place. If we all did that, friends, we would transform our economy. Banks would no longer be the most profitable entities doing the crazy credit card debt finance thing, because people would be living humbly on their means. You know, it might mean that you eat rice and beans one night a week, or maybe you eat eggs. I had scrambled eggs last night, a delicious meal that costs very little money. So friends, you can eat a few scrambled eggs and have a good bit of nutrition, quality food. God's miraculous egg is just a fantastic source of nutrition. So you don't need to order that freeze-dried or that frozen dinner, or go out to McDonald's and eat at McDonald's and spend $7 or $8 on a hamburger and fries and a soft drink. Soft drinks are poison, friends. You should never buy a soft drink. If you don't ever drink a soft drink again in your life, your health is going to be better. So much of our health problems are due to soft drinks and sweetened food. So friends, join the Get Real Alliance. We're going to take on health. My next book is going to be called Get Real About Health, but my first book is called Get Real, A Positive Solution to Climate. It's going to be strong. We've got a solution to make the world carbon negative while we still use oil and gas. Not in 30 or 40 years, but in 10 or 20 years. It takes a big effort to make a difference, but we can do it, friends, if we all pull together and say, we're going to devote resources to making the world's soils and the world's oceans fertile and healthy once again, so that the population of microorganisms and plants and trees is just going to explode in productivity, shrinking carbon dioxide down to a level where the plants are starving for it. We don't know exactly what level that is, but friends, we know that in Iowa, in the middle of the growing season, at peak sun time, the carbon dioxide level in a cornfield down in the rows drops to near zero, because the corn is growing so fast and it's sheltering out any wind on a still day. That carbon dioxide level just plummets to near zero, limiting the plant growth. So we can do it, friends, if we remineralize the soil, revitalize the soil, and make a real difference. But we can do it with your help. We need your support. I desperately need more money to do the causes that we need to do. We've got a bunch of ideas and inventions that need development, that need crowdfunding, that need your support. If you donate to Get Real Alliance, it can invest in those ideas so that your donation is multiplied many times. Perhaps your donation, if we use it to reach out to people to buy the book, $1 of donation may bring in $3 or $4 of book profit. So friends, we can use your help. The money is leveraged, it's growing, and you can give a small amount of money without even noticing it. Maybe you have to eat a little simpler one day a week. Maybe you need to quit buying a Starbucks and get a coffee maker and start drinking an inexpensive cup of coffee instead of a $3 or $4 or $5 cup of coffee. Friends, we can do it, but you have to focus on loving your neighbor, helping your neighbor. Donations to GetRealAlliance.org are going to be used to support charities, good causes like Remineralize the Earth, Remineralize.org, and GlobalCoral.org. Great organizations for you to support yourself. But if you don't have a chance to remember those or write them down, just giving to GetRealAlliance.org makes a difference, gives us funds where we can funnel it out into these organizations, promoting our website so that we get more traffic and more views. And so if you want to make a difference in the world, we are your place to give. Now, there's so much going on in the world. We're going to take on a lot of issues. I've had a real exciting week. Last Sunday, I had lunch with a World Bank economist who knows the insides and outs of global finance and America's efforts to change the third world countries using the corrupt World Bank. Friends, it's a mess. We're going to have some dynamite books out about global finance and about the third world, and it's going to be powerful. So join with us. Now, if you like this show, if you stayed with it from the start, God bless you. And go to insightswithdavid.com and you can watch archived issues. Been doing this for several years. There's a ton of content on a whole bunch of subjects. So share it with your friends. Join it, and we can make a difference in the world, friends. You know, doing this TV show is speaking to an empty room with a camera. I need you to join me, support me, and spread the word so that we build more audience traffic. We have a YouTube channel, need you to subscribe to it, build our awareness. It can be done, friends, but as Edmund Burke said, all that's needed for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. So if you're doing nothing to fight evil, if you're not giving money to causes, if you're not being kind to others, if you're not volunteering for various things, whether it's educating young people or helping the needy or working in a shelter or working in a counseling center, there are so many things you can do, friends, and just join in and do it. Don't be one of the people sitting back on your hands, letting evil spread in the world. Do something about it. But I'm working hard to do something about it. And there are so many good people. If you are in the Dallas area and you want to be uplifted by the most incredible Christian outreach that I know of, go to Inspired Vision Compassion Center, see those 30 or 40 volunteers feeding 2,000 families a day with grocery carts of good food. An incredible ministry. If you're looking for a charitable way to give, if you're looking for a way to really help the needy, ivcompassion.org is a great source to help other people. They'd love to have you volunteer. I helped them a lot. I sacrificially borrowed and gave the down payment money to help them buy their beautiful office grocery store they've converted into a feeding and health center with free health clinics and all kinds of good things. So proud of that. They need more money. Please give. You won't hear me calling that you need to sit on your wallet and not open it, because, friends, there are compelling needs in the world in so many ways. So we need you to step up and be generous and give bountifully as God commands us to do. That as you serve the neediest people, you're serving God, you're taking care of Jesus if you take care of the least among you. So Inspired Vision is a great way to do that in a painless way. Wonderful experience to be down there with so many grateful people receiving vitally needed food. So friends, we can do it with your help. But without your help, my efforts will be minimal. Without all the people that have stepped up and helped them succeed, my investment would have gone by the wayside. Now, I go back to the core organization, Get Real Alliance, which desperately needs support. We've got these positive solutions that need to be shouted from the hilltops. We need to be Google advertising. We need to be doing so much, friends, and it's all about money. I just frankly don't have the money that's needed to do it on my own. I need a team. I need a group of people to support me and come with me. So if you've been moved by what I say, or if you've just tuned in and said, what in the world is this guy talking about? What I'm talking about, friends, is loving your neighbors yourself, treating the earth with respect so that it blossoms and grows and feeds us in a sustainable way where we don't all end up starving in a few years. You know, friends, we have underinvested in restoring the earth to health and have exploited it and mined it and depleted it. And it's at a crisis point, friends. We need you to help right away. Every day, tens of thousands of tons of soil erode away in the wind or water, washing away to be gone forever off into the ocean. We need to restore our soil to health. We need to preserve our soil. I need your help. If you just give 10 or 15% of what you spend on gasoline to the Get Real Alliance so that it can distribute money to people that are going to sequester carbon, we can sequester more carbon than your car emits and that your house emits. So if you make a donation, I need everybody who's concerned about the environment, who's concerned about climate, to give money to GetRealAlliance.org. Or if you're going to give enough to Itemize, give to Remineralize.org, give to GlobalCoral.org, give to the Soil Carbon Underground.org. There are great charities out there, friends, that can all make a difference. But the easiest way to give is just to give to GetRealAlliance.org and let us distribute the money. Yes, donations to Get Real Alliance aren't tax deductible because we're an advocacy group that can campaign hard in the political sphere to try to alter these policies from disastrous policies that will destroy America to uplifting policies that will increase the value of food and eliminate hunger and be sustainable in our food production so that our children and grandchildren have abundance to enjoy. So friends, join with us. I can't say it enough. I need your help. If I don't get anything else through to you today, I can say that the harsh reality is, my theology is that if you haven't welcomed the Holy Spirit into your life by turning your life over to God and Jesus and saying, Lord, let me be your vessel, bring your Holy Spirit into my life and fill me and inspire me, give me that peace that passes understanding. The key symptom that you have really welcomed the Holy Spirit into your heart is that you're going to be joyfully giving time and money as much as you can to making the world a better place, to loving your neighbors yourself. And the corollary to that mantra, which is so wonderful, is that if you're not feeling compelled and joyfully inspired to give time and money to helping your neighbor, you need to be deathly afraid that you're not saved and that you haven't served as a home for the Holy Spirit. And you need to pray, to get down on your knees and say, Lord, use me as your vessel. I wear a bracelet that says, what is God asking of me? Ask that question yourself. What is God asking of you? Is God asking you to be selfish? Is God asking you to treat your fellow man with disrespect and try to trod people down? Or is he calling you to uplift people and make the world a better place? So friends, that's simple theology. You know, there's 2 rules. They're real simple, real quick to say, short sentences. Love God above all and love your neighbor as yourself. Those 2 rules cover it all. And friends, the second rule implies that you do love yourself. You're not thinking about destroying yourself. You're not ruining your life with drugs and alcohol or rampant immoral behavior. You're not getting joy out of doing evil. Instead, you love yourself and hold yourself up as God's creation that deserves ultimate respect. and moderation and care so that you live a good, long, healthy life doing the Lord's work. Friends, we can do it with your help. So join us, sign up so you get notice when the book is out. It's going to be an exciting, wonderful drama, a good read. I've read it a number of times. I'm amazed at what the Lord's inspired me with and brought together this incredible program to make the world carbon negative while we still use oil and gas and live a prosperous life. Not having to do something stupid like get rid of reliable sources of power and go to photovoltaics, which fade out quickly in the afternoon when we need power the most. They don't make any power. Friends, help me be sensible. Help me be rational. Help me get people to get real about issues and think rationally and sensibly, which is what God calls us to do. God is rational. The devil is irrational. The devil encourages people to think that they can have more than they deserve. They can have money for nothing. That we can live as a society on debt and writing off debt and thinking we have assets. You know, friends, there's incredible corruption in the world, and I need your help. So join with us. Open that checkbook and sign up for a recurring donation at GetOurAlliance.org on the donate page and make a difference. You can do it, and you can be a big help. So be one of those good men that do something instead of a good man doing nothing. Because, friends, you're not really good if you're not doing something positive to make the world a better place. And as I said, you should be deathly afraid that you're not going to God's eternal kingdom if you don't obey the two rules to love God and love your neighbor as yourself. I hope you'll join with me. I hope you'll sign up and donate. I hope you'll share this show with others. Share the website with others. Let's make a difference in the world. God is going to bless us if we return to God's teachings and obey His two commandments. So think hard about it. Share the TV show with others. Make a difference in the world, and may God bless you and give you peace that passes understanding.